Happy Wednesday, beauties. I'm coming in here today to talk about a topic which I think is often front and centre of our minds as mothers, particularly if you're a mother who works. And I know certainly this is the way that I felt and still sometimes feel to a certain degree, to be perfectly honest, in the corporate world. And, as a mother, you obviously want to be the very best that you can be for your child. And I know kind of culturally there's an expectation that we will be there for our children because of course we want to be, but that when we have children it can often feel as though we can't be an amazing mother and have the career as well. And for me, honestly, that was really hard because I was always hugely ambitious, a high achiever, very passionate about having something that kind of gave me a purpose. As you will know, if you follow my journey, I had a highly successful corporate property career and I was a director age 30. And then when I had my son, number one, I just felt as though like the London commute and the grind on the train, we had to have a full-time nanny. I literally saw him for half an hour every day and it broke my heart. So I felt as though that wasn't aligned to me being the best mother I possibly could be for my son. And so I was forced to take a decision because they wouldn't allow me to get the working hours so that I could even put him in a nursery, which was... It was just so stressful and I got signed off work with anxiety. But I think as mothers, often if we're kind of quite career driven as well, we can feel like literally we aren't the best parent. We can feel like society and we kind of get frowned upon for wanting still to have something that we're passionate about, whilst also being an amazing parent. And what I just want to say is that, I've become a wellness influencer. I've found something which is my absolute calling, and as a hugely passionate person, it's really important to me, and I appreciate that now, to have something where I can like give it my all so that I can be the best parent for my son. And that's what I kind of hadn't realised when I was a new mother. I was really lost, and I think that's why I had anxiety and I got signed off work sick, because I was coming into like a new stride, a new mother. It wasn't easy. Like I love my son to pieces, but I was trying to find my stride as somebody who had been really, really career driven. And that was the right decision, 100%, to quit my corporate career. It was hugely terrifying. I retrained as a personal trainer. But what I found here is something that I'm just so incredibly passionate about, because it means, number one, that I can have a passion for something. Like I love health and fitness. I can give back to other women who actually really might need me, who are perhaps on exactly the same path as me, as in they've had a little one, they're working a job or career, and they feel like, number one, they have no time for themselves, and number two, that career is not aligned anymore with who they want to be for their child. But it doesn't mean that they want to have nothing in their life and that they necessarily want to be a full-time stay-at-home mother, although obviously there's nothing wrong with that if that's kind of what you want to do. And so I'm so passionate about what I do because I know it has given back to so many women, from the perspective of them following their own health and fitness journey, working around that busy 9 to 5 so they can actually put some time into themselves, so they can be the very best parent for their little one at a time when we are quite vulnerable as new mothers, particularly if we have a career, number one. But number two, that actually if we really put our minds to it, we don't have to do that corporate 9 to 5. We don't have to still provide for the family, and do the responsible thing and have this job that grinds us into the ground and actually means that we're not there for our family. And so I know I've seen a lot of girls in my team, in my influencing team, who are relatively new mothers, have children under 1 or 2 or 3, and they're finding that this is a career for them and that it can work around the needs of their child and they can have something they're passionate about whilst also being the very best parent they can for their children. And so today it really hit me because my team is achieving incredible things with a lot of young mothers, and it almost makes me want to cry because I'm so passionate about it, because I know what it's done for me and I know what it's done for those mothers on my team who so desperately want to have something more, but want to have something that can work around the needs of their family whilst also being able to provide for them and do something they enjoy. So yeah, it comes from the heart. My team is called Team Hustle and Heart, and I think that's hopefully really apparent that what we do is something that we lead from the heart with. And so I'm super excited. I'm starting a new mentorship program for some new influencers in my team on Monday, just because we're The team is building so fast at the moment with many like-minded women from all professions, doctors, nurses, we have personal trainers, teachers, nannies. It's crazy. So I hope that's been beneficial for particularly any young mum out there who feels a little bit lost, because certainly I know how lonely that feels, and I felt completely overwhelmed at a really vulnerable period of my life, and so I wanted to share it. So I hope that's resonated with some of you. Thank you for listening to me, and I look forward to speaking to you guys really, really soon. Take care.